straight out of Birmingham, 0121, we had the chance to speak with Mathias and CJ, who are the artistic directors of the Lightpost Theatre Company. We were able to explore and discuss topics such as feeling responsibility for what comes next, toxic masculinity, and the gatekeepers of the creative section. So check it out.
My personal stance on that is your work has to, it's hard, it's going to be hard regardless, even if you're extremely talented, but your work has to be, one, it has to be there. We have to see some of your work. Where is it? You know, you can be an amazing dancer. Where's your videos? I need to see something. So because I can't just pass on information without anything to back it up. Do you know what I mean? So me and Mathias can be in a meeting and we can easily just drop somebody's name. But if we can have some credentials to also back that person's name up, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean they've got thousands of videos out there, but just maybe a couple of things here and there. What organizations have you affiliated with? Who have you spoken to? Where are you at present? Do you know what I mean? Because then once you can vouch for the person, then it's a lot easier. But you know, because we've got a lot of friends that we want to bring in, and we know their talent, but they're not doing enough in terms of documenting the work they've done. So you know,
why do you think that is though? Is that like, why do you think they don't do that? Is it because
why don't they document it?
Yeah,
it's a lack of knowledge as well.
Yeah,
sometimes lack of knowledge. They don't know how to.
I think it's, especially in like the Black community, it seems to be like you know, a lot. Even when CJ was talking about like the businesses, the Black House Project and stuff, and there is so much help out there, no matter what it is you're doing. But the Black community, for the most part, are not educated into knowing these things, into knowing like, you know, that oh, you should actually write a letter this way, so you seem more approachable, they're more likely to respond to you, or that you need to document your work so people are able to see it, you know. And I think there seems to be, and it's kind of touched upon in the play, in the constructor that's going to be on later this year, where it's like we have this, some people have, and I think this falls into toxic masculinity as well, have this sense of like, why should I have to prove myself? And it's like, well, we understand that, but at the same time, like, you wouldn't hire someone off word of mouth, just off what they're telling you. You know, you need to have, you know, the credentials there to say, you know, I can do this. Let me prove, like, this is the proof, and now let me prove to you with my actions. But yeah, it's a difficult one, and it's kind of sad because, as you know, us all being young Black men on this call, there's a constant feel like, oh, we need to know someone on the inside, or there needs to be a through way, rather than just being able to say, I'm going to apply for a job and get it because of my talent. And I think if everybody in whatever industry they're working in, for whatever community they represent, I think needs to have that thing of like, I'm doing this so others don't have to go through what I did, you know, so they can just apply, and people are like, well, actually, I worked with so-and-so and they were great. So there's no longer that thing of not believing that, you know, oh, this young Black man can't do it because, you know, I've seen this documentary, or I saw all these other excuses that people can come up with, you know, to say why so-and-so was not let through the door. But yeah, it's such a shame that, you know, that and touching upon like when CJ said like, when I wasn't really feeling to apply for the position as well, it's because I didn't feel like I was worth it. Like I didn't feel like I had the skills. I didn't feel like, and it was just a personal thing of being like not believing in myself.
But then how hurt would you have been if knowing that you were there from day one, knowing that you'd been every single show, knowing that you'd been mentoring the group, to let someone else, probably your age or a little bit older, come in and then be facilitating the group? You know what I mean? So that's the energy that I was saying. That's why I was saying, look, if we don't get it, we don't get it. But what we're not gonna do is somebody else comes in because they applied, they get it, and then we start moaning because we oh, we could have done that, we could have done this. Well, we didn't apply, so
that's another thing that happens a lot is people say, oh, how come they didn't do this, or well, I could have done that, or if they got me to do it, and it's like, but did you apply? So no. Okay. So I think in the community there's a lot of complaining, but like it's unfortunately most of the complaining is done by those who haven't tried to do the work or who haven't applied, if you're not in that sense. And we had a conversation not so long ago with CJ, and was just sitting back and thinking like,